coming off of a crushing loss to the Texans in which they had a 29-10 lead, but lose it and let up 20 straight points to Davis Mills. The Jags season again hung in the balance, playing against the Los Angeles Chargers. But this guy, Liam Coen, every single time, I think he's done, and I think the team will just falter like the Jags teams in the past. Liam Coen continues to fight, and he's got to be the number one candidate right now for Coach of the Year. All right, guys, here we go as we break down the film. Just some quick fun facts. This is the first play of the game, right, for the Chargers. The first play from scrimmage for everyone. It's 0-0, right? Mano-y-mano, 0-0, right? No one's got any points on the board. They're going to come out in this heavy set. This is Greg Roman. This is what he likes to do. Actually, with three wides out there, not too heavy. It's actually more of a dice formation. So that dice is just a Madden term. But anyway, two receivers tight down here. This guy tight to the line right here. And what they're going to try to do is they're actually going to try to run a little pump fake, right? Or a little play action fake. So this Jags team comes into the game second in the league in stopping the run, and they want to be able to throw on them. However, as we know, we got a couple of backup tackles in the game. So the best way that they think to do this is to run a play action fake. They're going to try to boot him over there, bring everyone down, and then just get this guy coming out, leaking out. Just get a little pass. The Jags' 7th worst passing defense in the league, so great stopping the run, horrible stopping the pass. They're trying to play action fake to make that happen. Only a couple things I don't like here. First off, I just think with no offensive line, they should just have first play of the game, just run the ball. Run the ball, see what you have. Now, did they run the ball effectively? No. Vidal had 5 carries for 13 yards, but you got to give him more than 5 carries, right? And they're doing a lot of stuff, a lot of fancy stuff. Boom. Use all this to just go up the middle, get yourself a couple yards, let this guy ease into the game. Like, even against the Steelers last week, didn't look great. He looked because they kept getting pressure on him. So that's what I would have wanted to do. However, they said, bunk it. We're going to put it all on Herbert, or we're going to have him make a play. Second, I understand the whole pulling tight end thing, but like leaving this guy unblocked, Walker, who other than Hines Allen is their best pass rusher. And they're not a great pass rushing team, right? Like they're actually bottom. They were 4th in the league at generating sacks heading into this game, getting 1.5. Not really what they do, but I still would have put, I don't know, someone on him, because now look at this, boom. Now what you wanted him to fall for that, go inside. You wanted the naked boot right over here, and this, and normally you make it look best this way, obviously by not letting him by what's it called? By not blocking him, by letting his eyes take him over here, all right? His eye spy with my little eye to take him right over here. Instead, nope. He's I see the football and I see this Herbert guy running out here. I'm just going to go and attack that. And again, my problem with this is, guys, fun fact. Remember the fun fact. It's the first play of the game, right? Like, you haven't built in the equity of you're going to run the football. Pass rushers love to get after the passer. So he's looking for the opportunity, really, to get a free one. And he gets a free rush right in on Herbert. And Herbert, I mean, he has no shot here. Like, none. Like, when you look, I'll pull it back in frames. You guys can see him basically running for his life over here. But you really look at it, I mean, he kind of does all you can do, right? Like, he's getting screamed at. I got this super fast athlete on me, and I'm just going to throw it away. Like, what at this moment, right? What exactly is he supposed to do? You can't really just sling it over here. And even then, this guy's ready. Ain't nothing open down the field. Just hypothetically, right? Like, he has no time to even look at this stuff. But ain't nothing open. There's actually, again, this is what I don't understand. You got 7 guys protecting, but yet you're leaving one guy just completely free and unblocked. And now my quarterback has to try to juke him out and then do the best thing he can do, which is just trying to come out here, throw the ball away, get it into the ground, hopefully close enough. But Walker's so on him, he can't even get enough power to make this look like a pass. He has to just try to get rid of it. I mean, man, and again, violent hit. You don't want to see him just get slung to the ground like that. Not great on the first play of the game. Other thing that happens too, that's right, you get a flag. The refs, they say, hey, we saw that you just kind of threw it into the ground. I mean, look at where it lands. The ball lands just like right here. There's no one really in the area who's a receiver or who's an eligible receiver. That ends up being intentional grounding. You know what I mean? On that play, as you see, old ref guy right here, he's just trotting down, doing what he loves to do, man. Throwing that. Look how happy this guy is, man. This guy's overjoyed to just toss up that little yellow flag. That's going to be a 10-yard penalty. That leads you, and a loss of down. So that leads you to now a 2nd and 20. Now you can't run the ball. And this is basically what the Chargers were dealing with all game. This is what they were dealing with the entire football game. Not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. And for the Chargers, man, I mean, offensively, it's just going to have to be better than that attempt out there for sure. Now, for our second play, here's one thing about it. It's not all offense, right? Like, these guys defensively, they've been really good at rushing the passer, getting to Lawrence, everything like that. But this just seemed like a game, coaching-wise, they were outmatched. Run defense-wise, they come into this game 18th, not terrible, but not great. In the last couple of weeks, they were playing some teams, I believe Vikings, Steelers, that aren't great at running the football. But this game, the Jags were just going at them, attacking. The Jags end up getting 192 rushing yards. These guys are just going downhill. Excuse me. And it was just something that the Chargers couldn't stop all game. Now, here's the problem with this, right? Like, when we go to the fun facts, it's a 7-6 game. Your offense has just gone down, kicked the field goal. They are now hoping that you can make it a defensive game. And you do get a good return, right? Like a big return to get you out here to the 40-yard line. But still, you have enough space to defend to where what happens here, you really, I mean, shouldn't really happen. But all you're going to see is the Jags are going to come over, right? And this, again, same. Now, when you look at the formations, they look very similar. But I believe 80 is a tight end. But again, that they came out essentially doing the same thing the Chargers were, right? Like, schematically kind of similar. This guy's motioning in. He is a tight end, actually. So it's actually a fake wide receiver that they actually put over there. Put him over a tight end. So what you're going to get is seven essentially blockers on the line of scrimmage, right? Against these guys up in the box. And at this point, by the way, the Jags have made it clear. I think last possession, Trevor Lawrence threw a pick. So you know they're not trying to do that again. Great job by the defense to force that interception. But now you got to bear down, stop the run. Because the Jags are like, all right, let's slow this down, man. We don't want our quarterback losing the game that our defense is trying to win. And that little motion, you see no one really move. But it's something to look at. And then this is what they do. It's a great play call, too. They bring this guy over here. Bam! Right? John Madden, wham! And then you got this guy blocking here. And, I mean, there's just a crease. A seal here and a seal there. And you run it in the alley. And that's what happens. And I got to be honest with you guys, when you guys watch this play, the Chargers, they let up a touchdown on this drive anyway. So I can't say they're too lucky. They're lucky this didn't go for 60. When you look at just the crease. I mean, this guy's hanging on. These guys are hanging on for dear life right here. But first off, this guy's lost. He has no idea what's going on. This safety's just trying the best he can to get around him and run over here to the play. This guy's looking. He's thinking, all right, maybe I cut this off at the 10 because bro is about to be out. they do manage to just trip him up right here, and we're going to show you a different angle. But bro was almost out. That was Tootin, and he was really almost gone. And here's the thing. I mean, that's their biggest run of the game. That's 15 yards. But they just kept doing it, and the Chargers couldn't get negative plays off of it. And again, when you're trailing, when your offense can't really move the ball, these little things become big things. Again, this is what you're going to see. This guy's pulling over. Bam! This guy coming down low. Bam! Or maybe even blocks here. I don't know who he blocks, but then it just creates that seal. And then these guys just have to hang on for dear life because Tootin, man, Tootin was about to be out of there. And it's a cut back run. It's not an easy run to stop. They do a good job. Just these guys, just get him on the ground because my goodness, that's a touchdown. Because these guys were all caught off. I mean, that toss, he sent him flowing this way and then coming back. Greg Roman's supposed to be good at this stuff. So it's like on both ends, right? Like Greg Roman, you got to be better at calling it. Minter, you got to be better at stopping it. Harbaugh, where's the toughness that I need from this team? I mean, they stopped it, right? Great tackle. Because, again, I'm telling you, he keeps his feet. I'm not even going to tell you. Look at this. There's nothing but green out in front of him. And that's a touchdown. And this was just happening all day for the Chargers. And that's just not what you want to see from a Harbaugh coached unit. What is up, Charger fans and fans of the NFL? Welcome to the Lemieux Sports Podcast. Please check us out. We have videos that we post up every single day. Check that out. Hey, you might want to see the Chiefs looking flummoxed. As well as YouTube Lives where we go over the previews for every single week. Me and Tony El Tigre, we do it live as well. And we post them on the video section, break them down. And then our playlist, we go through every single team. We break them down, previews and reviews. So please give this a look. Please throw us a sub or a like. It really appreciates us. Helps us make the channel continue to grow and do cool stuff. And just show us some love. Now, back to the episode. For the Los Angeles Chargers, man, that was just not a great loss. As we look at where they are right now, sitting here at 7-4. They still are the 6th seed, but now you have a lost tiebreaker against the Jags. Not ideal, not what you want to see. And with the Kansas City Chiefs, I mean, luckily the Kansas City Chiefs lose. The Texans did win, but they have 5 wins, so you still are a solid distance away from completely missing the playoffs. But it's just not trending great because of this Joe Alt injury. And, what you were looking for earlier, which is a chance to kind of climb back up into the race. And we'll go up so you guys can see it. But climb up into the race against Denver. Instead, now you're falling a little bit further behind. Denver 9-2, you 7-4. Not great. Not what you want to see from the Chargers. And especially insult to injury because the performance was bad, and now you lose a tiebreaker against the Jaguars, who suddenly become extremely dangerous. And a couple weeks ago we were looking at this, but now it seems like it's getting a little bit more unlikely, specifically because of we'll check the schedule that the Chargers have, but I think it's pretty tough. But yeah, this right here, a tough situation, back 2 games in the division. Now what I will say, as far as the division games, you're solid, right? Like you're 3-0, more than solid. You're great, and you've already beaten the Broncos. But it's even going to be tougher now. You got to beat the Broncos again. The Chiefs are going to be fighting for their life. Got to beat them again. So those are definitely going to be. You do get a Raiders game, so that's cool. But those are going to be tough games, specifically with just how the team has looked offensively the last couple weeks, and that was the biggest reason that they went out and beat the Chiefs to me, and kind of the Broncos, was their offense was able to come through and make plays. And let's see for the Chargers how we've gotten exactly to this point. You see those first 3 games, I mean, they came out on fire. Herbert was in MVP talks. Let's delete that. Herbert was in MVP talks, and they were, you know what I mean, 3-0, came out on fire. That loss to the Giants, I think Alt missed that game, but that loss to the Giants, yikes, that started a bad precedent, as well as the Commanders. Like, losing both of those games back-to-back is really tough. They bounced back. They barely beat Miami. That's cool. Smoked by the Colts. Again, not the worst thing in the world, but the Colts we're seeing how vulnerable they are. come back, you get 3 wins. I mean, the Vikings are kind of bad, especially with Carson Wentz and no JJ. Definitely looking rough. The Titans, they stink. And the Steelers, hey, look, I mean, they beat the Bengals, but I think they're actually a team that's also descending. And this Jags game, I thought that they could come out here and win that game, but to lose that the way that they did, now, I'm not going to lie, that does make me look at the rest of the schedule a little bit funny. However, and the biggest thing, too, Joe Alt ain't coming back, so it's not like a one-game injury. However, you get a bye week, get some time, rest up, enjoy Thanksgiving. No, they don't get to enjoy Thanksgiving with the fam, actually. But just take some time off, man. Relax, because next Sunday you come back and you got a chance. You definitely have a chance, an opportunity. You come back, you play the Raiders, you need that win. But then after that, oh boy, Eagles, Chiefs, no line, Dallas, who got a semi-impressive win. I'd say they should win, but that's a question mark. Houston, Denver. I mean, these are not the teams you want to play with their offensive line in shatters right now. Now, Kansas City isn't great at getting pressure, but just the Eagles right now, the pressure they've been able to get. The Texans, I mean, Will Anderson and Hunter kind of take turns not making plays, winning games by themselves. And the Broncos, I don't know. They just have the single best sack per game for a team throughout in the last 30 years. They get the most sacks per game of any team in the last 30 years. That sounds awful. So let me repeat it. Rephrase it. So it's based off of your flaws and what these teams do well. Those are going to be, I mean, even Max Crosby over here, kind of the only Raiders path for victory. But if the offense can't score, which right now they look like they are struggling, it's going to be tough. The 15 points against the Steelers. Now, Steelers defense got better, but 15 points against the Steelers, 6 against the Jags. Sorry, we saw the Texans put up 30 on the Jags, and the Jags defense is not very good. So you have a bye week to look over some things. I think these need to come to grips with who they are, run the football, maintain it, and not go crazy with it. But, I mean, I definitely think that the Chargers are in big trouble as we look down the stretch just because of the injuries that they've sustained. All right, guys, as we know, our segment, Comment of the Week, we scour the comments, and we found out the best one from each previous Chargers, either review or preview. However, this time, crickets in the chat. Get in there, Chargers fans, man. Don't get overrun like you do at home. Get in the chat. Let us know what you think. But I just got to be honest. Now, with Herbert, I've been critical in the past. You know what I'm saying? Mocked him. And some of it's personal. Not with me, but with my team. They continue to say he's better than quarterbacks I don't think he's better than. But he had no chance. He had zero chance to do anything. And it kind of pains me to say that because I think some of it's on you. But this, I mean, my goodness. They got plays where we didn't show you one, but I put on the Jags one. There's 8 guys max protecting against a 5-man rush, and there's 2 receivers out there, and no one's open for starters, and then they get pressure almost immediately. Like, it's crazy. And in the 2 games post Joe Alt, they've now scored 1 touchdown. The Jags defense, you know what I mean? Again, 26th in stopping the pass. They've struggled this year. Let me see where they are in points per game. I don't think they're that good. I know stopping the pass they're not good, and I know you don't really have time to sit back, throw the ball against them, but you should. I mean, getting pressure on the quarterback, they're 4th in getting sacks. So I just think like that just can't happen. And I know that they're 2nd even in stopping the run, the Jags were. But my goodness, like they didn't try to run the ball. 5 runs for Vidal, that's not enough. They are 12th in points allowed, so not the worst thing in the world. Steelers actually were worse points allowed, 16th. But, yeah, I don't know, man. Just offensively and defensively, they were just out there. They were getting bullied. They just didn't really give themselves a chance. And I mean, that's alarming. That was an alarming game because, you know, Herbert, 80 yards. The interception came late. They were already down 28-6. They tried to call a lot of screens. Jags weren't having it because they weren't getting pushed down the field. If you're not going to, and every time they would try to throw it down the field, Herbert was just getting hit, sacked 3 times. And now some of this is Trey Lance as well because Trey Lance came in, so I think he was only sacked twice. He was hit a bunch, but he only had 18 attempts. They just didn't get off plays because it took so much for them to like just formulate drives, and even on those drives they could only get field goals. Yeah, so something has to be better. You got to either run the ball more. Herbert has to be Superman, make some plays. Like, I don't really know. And defensively, like, the Jags just ran all over them. I mean, they ran for 192, 47 times. Not a crazy average, 4 yards per average, but they got punked. They got punked on offense, punked on defense. They're 18th in stopping the run. That's not very Harbaugh-like. And the Jags came in the game 8th in running, and they just kept doing it. And I don't know. I'm trying. I don't know what to make of this game, but because we've seen the Chargers against the Colts, it didn't look quite this bad. But then they went out and they won 3 straight games. I do think down the stretch we're going to find a lot more of this team, but that's not a great sign. And losing that tiebreaker to the Jags, definitely not good. When just about a week ago, they were thinking about going out there and trying to you know what I mean, win the division, beat the Broncos, get a home field, get home field advantage for a game. Now you really look again. Bye week, all right. Raiders, it's a divisional game, but you should win it. Eagles, Chiefs, yikes. Forget they play in between. And then Texans, Broncos. Those are teams specifically built to abuse what you're very bad at. I don't know how they're going to move the ball. I really don't. And all right, the Eagles can't really run. The Chiefs can't really run. But the Broncos will. The Texans will try. So maybe you just make it extremely defensive and try to win that way. And Herbert also has turned the ball over this year. He is 9 on the season. This one I don't really blame him, but 9 turnovers is a lot. That's picks. Sorry, is a lot. It's 4th most in the league. That's right. Darnold has 10, and Darnold just threw 4 interceptions, and that's 4 behind Tua and Geno Smith for the league lead. So I don't know what they're gonna do in the bye. Harbaugh needs to just encourage him, pump him up, and just get him to play better. Specifically that offensive line, like they need a lot because Taylor Panning at tackle ain't working, but that's all they have. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, man. Chargers is a perfect week to have a bye. You get smoked. Going to bye week, just relax, rest, try to get better. There's a lot to improve on, and let's see if they can stabilize and try to make a run to the playoffs in this final stretch. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please watch some of the other videos on the site. I've created a playlist with each and every football team, and every week we will be going over those games. I'm really loving this, enjoying it, and hoping you guys are as well. Of course, like, subscribe, and if anyone wants to sponsor, we're looking for Lumia Sports Productions is looking for sponsors. Shout us out. We will shout you out during the video. Thank you guys again for watching. Have a great day. Enjoy.